Hello, 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 and happy fucking Wednesday, you guys, and welcome to People Talk Now. I'm your host, Vanessa Herrera, and this is the show where you ask about it and I talk about it. And let's not forget, you guys, that we are constantly, it seems, trying to change the pace out there on what people are calling better days. So yes, good morning, happy fucking Wednesday, and I hope everybody's doing good. I hope everybody had a great weekend, although we're already, halfway through the week? So the weekend's about to start again. I feel like I should be saying that on Monday, but yeah. Anyways, so yes, I hope that whatever you're doing right now, wherever you're at in life, that you're just getting up and you're just feeling grateful for just being alive first and foremost, and that you're also trying your best to do whatever it takes to accomplish what it is that you're still trying to finish this year. Because remember, 2020 is not over. So in light of me speaking about 2020 not being over, I also wanted to talk about ways to stay motivated and achieve your goals, and just pretty much ways to keep yourself motivated, because everybody's motivated by different things. I know that, you know that, I think people know that, not sure. So so I'm just like chilling here this morning, filming in front of my vanity, just why not? I pretty much shoot my podcast wherever I can, wherever I feel motivated to shoot it, wherever I'm gonna feel that inspiration, that's where I do it. So if I feel inspired on my couch, I go on my couch. If I feel inspired on my desk, go to my desk, etc., etc. So today I wanted to talk about those things. What are some of those things that can keep us motivated? Because I understand that sometimes you can't find your motivation, or you can't stay motivated long enough for you to actually finish what it is that you're trying to accomplish. So even if it's just you trying to keep up with your daily tasks and you just can't seem to find the motivation for that, like, I get it. But you need to find your motivation. But where? Do we find it? So first of all, I know it sounds cliche. I get it. Someone somewhere along the line told me, like, hey, motivation comes from within. But you're like, what the fuck are you talking about, right? What are you talking about? All motivation, one way or another, is self-motivation. It comes from within the self. So what exactly drives us to stay motivated? What drives us to stay motivated is a individual as who we are. So you need to tailor that motivational drive from within, in whichever way it resonates with you. That's kind of where you need to start. So I feel like for me, what helps me a lot is, I feel like the more that I understand myself, the easier it is for me to stay motivated. I don't know if that makes sense. So the more I am in tune with myself, the more I understand who I am, the more I am willing to let go of things that don't serve me, the easier it is for me to say, you know what? I can keep going. I can keep going with this and that. So I'm going to give you some quick, simple little strategies of things that you can try to hopefully help you stay motivated and, to actually work on yourself, work on those goals that you still want to achieve. Because remember, just because we're in October, this year isn't over, okay? This year isn't over until the ball drops, if you feel me. Catch my drift here. So number one, understand your reason why. Why are you trying to achieve a certain goal? Like, what is your end goal? What are you trying to get to? So sometimes it's not so much the what or how that matters, but your why. What's your purpose? If that why is not motivating you enough, it's not giving you that drive, then maybe your why isn't the right why. Does that make sense? Be clear about what you're working on, or so that you can give yourself the stimulating feeling up here, so that it goes everywhere else, so that you can continue to stay on course. I hope that made sense. Number two, define your goal. Define what it is. Define goals to put your ideas into action mode, right? So it's that vital step between planning and actually doing it. So try to get that planned out so that you can actually begin to do it, and it's just not this goal that's just floating around in the air that never gets done. Number 3, create a clear vision, right? So if you want to succeed, create a clear, compelling vision, something that you can relate to or resonate with, right? So clearly, every time when I have a goal, when it comes to anything, whether it's fitness or eating healthy, you have to make sure that visually you can see it, because we're the type of people that if there is junk there, we're going to gravitate towards the junk. But if you're hungry and you have a bowl of fruit in front of you and it's just there and you have nothing else, guess what? We're human. We are, it's embedded in our DNA to want to survive, to thrive. So you're going to see that fruit there and you're going to say, you know what? I know that this is going to make me feel good. Let me just eat really quick. Let me just eat this banana. Let me just eat this apple, whatever's in front of you. Versus if you put constantly bad things in your visual, then that's what you're going to gravitate towards. Does that make sense? Number 4, produce a plan. Once you have a goal in place, right? You have it mastered right there. You got it all written out, got your little tree and all that. Your plan will take your vision and break down the steps you need to get it done. So a goal without a plan, as we know, is just a dream, right? That's all it is. You're just dreaming in a wonderland. Number 5, look for the bigger picture. So when you have to stay motivated, think of the bigger picture. How does this relate not only to yourself, but others, right? How will it contribute to something important? Where will this make a difference? To accomplish more, think bigger. So I constantly, although I love motivating you guys, I love motivating people, I love motivating myself, I love helping people. I know that to get to my goal, I have to basically try other things to, get myself out of just this one category. And this is just me speaking for me. So, in my near future, I don't always expect myself to be here. I have a much, much bigger picture in mind. So with that being said, I have a vision of basically going out there once this is all died down a bit, or has changed for the better. I shouldn't say died down a bit, but once our world has changed for the better, I definitely want to go out and do what I initially had planned, which was to interview people and to go out into the community and find people that are worth talking about on my podcast. This is just not it. There's so much more, you feel me? And that's kind of like the bigger picture that you should look for within yourself. You shouldn't just settle and say, well, this is going great right now. And sure, it's going great right now, but in the long term, what do you really want it to be? You can't just expect that. And if you can live with it and it makes you happy, then so be it. Leave it at that. But if you're actually here and you're looking for that motivation, you're looking for that talk to kind of be all right, Vanessa's kind of virtually kicking me in the ass right now. She's telling me to break out of my comfort zone and just think bigger. Think bigger. Don't settle for this where I'm at right now, because where you're at, I'm sure that it's great. It's comfy. It feels like a little comfy little nest, but eventually everybody's got to get kicked out of that, because there's much, much bigger plans for you. Number 6, keep it positive. Now, I know we hear this a lot, but positive thoughts do honestly lead to positive action. Self-affirming statements will help you to achieve your best. Take control of how you think. That's so important, and how you feel and how you act. Positivity will help you make the choices that lead to accomplishment. And it's so true. It is. I'm not just saying this to you. Because whenever there's a time, imagine here, let's think for a second. This has absolutely nothing to do maybe with what I'm talking about, but think for a second here of those moments where, say you stub your toe on something and you're so mad, you're so focused on the fact that you stubbed your toe and you're toe is throbbing. It's throbbing, and your mind and everything is just focused on that. And you're just mad for like, who knows, for like 5 minutes, 10 minutes, depends on how long you allow that to control you. And you're not controlling your mind. You're not saying like, all right, it happened. Damn, it sucks. Okay, let's, it eventually will go away. But think about the energy that takes from you as a person when you're just so just set on the fact that you're angry at something, right? At whether it's a feeling, whether it's an object. And it takes so much from you, because how do you feel afterwards? Every time you've become angry at somebody, you just feel drained. And that is the energy that we actually need for our motivation. Because like I say sometimes on some of my Instagram stories, I say, you guys, we can't blame other people for doing way more with their time, because we all wake up with the same 24 hours. We all wake up with that same opportunity. All right. It's what you do with those 24 hours that would determine your outcome. And so what will you give your energy into? Because being positive, it does lead you to better accomplishments. When I stopped having that victim mentality, like, oh, I can't because, or the I can't, that word I can't, crumble it up, throw it away, okay? Just stop. You actually don't know what you're capable of doing until you actually try. Please, just try. That's it. Number 7, approach tasks in new ways, right? Sometimes just getting started might be the problem, right? Used to be my biggest downfall sometimes. I would just see the project ahead of me, and I would already immediately start just all these mental blocks would just start just filling me up, stressing me out, and I was defeated before I even got started. And that's a terrible feeling. I'm telling you, based on personal experience, it's such a terrible feeling. It doesn't feel good. So, a different approach might give you a new perspective and more energy, and that's something that it took me a long time, because I was the type of person that I was just always so set in my ways that I was always like, yeah, this is the way it's gonna go down and it's gonna work. No, I don't want to hear it. Like, this is just the way it is. And it wasn't until I started opening myself up to new ideas and new perspectives that I was just like, hey, you know what? This actually works. And with that comes growth. And growth helps you feel more motivated as a person. So definitely keep that in mind. Number 8, break goals into manageable tasks. Now, not every goal that you have can just be taken head on. Sometimes you have to break it down into, into short-term, smaller single tasks that kind of just keep you going, that, where you're able to kind of chip away at it, but to the point where you still feel good. You're still feeling motivated because you know that you're still accomplishing it. Maybe you're not doing it all at once, but you're doing it in small increments. And the fact that you know that you're still doing it and it's not overwhelming you, you're still doing it in small little amounts, that's also a really good thing. So yes, just keep things manageable to the point where you're feeling good, you're still feeling motivated, and you're not feeling stressed out. Okay, number 9, get organized. So this is something that's really important to me, and since it's helped me out a lot, I want to share with you guys, and I really want to suggest it to you guys because it is really important. So getting organized, make sure your workplace is uncluttered so your mind can be organized. And I always talk about that, because if you have a calm environment, you have a better chance of basically being more efficient and being more productive. Because if there is nothing on your outside space to occupy mental space, you can use that towards being productive and being creative. And that obviously helps you towards continuously feeling motivated. So make sure that your space that you work in feels good to you and that it helps you feel motivated. So make sure that you stay organized, that you get organized, and you find the time and make the time. Because your space being cleaned is basically, it's helping you, it's helping you. And I mean, it's a no-brainer, like, just stay organized, because it does help you feel good, and it helps me feel good, and that's one of the things that kind of always keeps me going. It keeps you accountable. So yeah. Number 10. Everybody hates this one. Tackle procrastination head on. Now I know everybody just wants to, don't make excuses for yourself. Don't waste time rationalizing, like, oh, this is why I haven't started, or this is why I can't, right? There's that word again, I can't. So instead, try to uncover the real reason for the delay and get to work immediately. I find that most of the time when I do stuff without really thinking about it, and I just do it, like, I just have that let's do it mentality, and I don't think, like, I just fucking do, right? Like, I don't give myself that opportunity to be like, well, maybe, no, like, I don't even have time for that. Like, I just do. That's it. Right? And I know what you're probably thinking, like, oh, it's not that easy. Like, that's exactly the mentality that you can't have. Like, you had to just do it without, then afterwards you'll see the result. You'll feel that feeling that I'm talking about. And then you'll be like, oh gosh, I understand. Because, the best way I feel to just begin something at all, like, what's the best way to begin something? Well, just begin. That's it. Just begin it. There is no, like, secret formula. Like, just begin, because this is for you. Like, this is not for me. I'm already doing what motivates me. So this is for you. So just begin. Okay, just start. Don't let those voices even begin to be like, well, maybe, or that, or or you know what I mean, those little voices. Number 11, seize the power of deadlines. So setting a time limit for an activity will enable you to assemble your resources and materials towards accomplishing things you might not otherwise get done. So sometimes having a deadline is useful. If you are the type of person that works better when you know that something has to be turned in or needs to be done by a certain time, then set a deadline for yourself. I don't know if you guys, if I've told you guys already about Trello, but you guys should definitely download Trello. I'll try to put it down below what the little app looks like. But you guys, it's so worth it. It just helps you get organized. It's really worth it. Like, you guys should definitely check it out. I've been using it already for like a couple months, and it just helps you get really organized. You can customize it. You can just add whatever it is that you're trying to accomplish. You can create multiple folders, and it's just worth it. It's worth getting. It's worth looking into. This is not a paid sponsorship. I just really, really like the app. And I want to share it with you guys, share the good, share the love and the wealth. So, number 12, stop multitasking. Don't divide your attention, but give your full undivided self to the task in hand, right? When you do, your chances for success go way up, because, if you're distracting yourself trying to accomplish like 5 different things at once, right? And you're not really giving your full undivided attention to accomplishing your goal, right? Because somewhere along the line, we were told that we're great multitaskers. We're not. We're really not. We have actually become a society that is so easily distracted. So listen to me. This is how I got to just creating my podcast, to just becoming more fit, to becoming a healthier person. I focused on one thing, and when I get up, whatever that one thing is, I say, this is exactly what I'm going to do, and this is what I'm going to focus my all into today. Even recording, if I'm recording right now, whatever I'm doing, my full attention and focus is on that. My love and my passion and my energy is in just this, right? I don't say like, oh, after this, I got to do that and that and that. No, zip, zilch, nada. We will not talk about that. We will not think about those things, because my attention, my focus is, and all my energy and passion is into this right now. After this is all said and done, whatever else comes after, then I will work on that and give my full 100% focus on that. You get me? So when you stop multitasking and thinking that, you have 8 arms and that you could just get it all done, how do you feel afterwards though? Now, unless multitasking gets you off and it tickles your fancy, then you know what, do what you got to do. Don't listen to me, but just trust me. We have space up here and it gets rented out every time we start putting attention into all these things. Guess what? That rental space up here starts getting more empty and empty and empty, and then we're just a drained battery at the end of the day. Okay? Don't do that to yourself, because that's not the way you're going to succeed. Okay? That will get you nowhere but tucked into bed, sleeping, and not in a good way. Number 13, starve your distractions, right?
No, you guys are like, oh my God, what is she about to say? I don't want to put my phone away. No.
Okay, do what you need to do to stop being distracted by people, tasks, electronics, okay, device, strategies to help you start and complete tasks without any distractions or interruptions. Because remember what I just said in the previous one, you have mental space up here and you're renting it out to all of these things that do not serve your health, do not serve your mind, do not serve your spirit, do not serve your goals to keep you motivated. Okay? Just keep that in mind. That's all I'm saying. Number 14, this is something I often do with my fitness. Stay in the zone, okay? Not auto zone, okay? Stay in the zone. Your best and most productive work is usually done when you're in the zone. Come on. You can't tell me that's not true. Because whenever I've just been like in it and I'm just like focused on that, I ask yourself how to create the perfect environment for you to do your best work and keep it until you're done. Keep it up until you're done. I created my environment in my room that makes me happy, that makes me happy whenever I have to film, that makes me happy whenever I need to write, whenever I need to read, whenever I need to work. I created that space to make me happy, to keep me motivated, to keep me accountable and wanting to work. And I suggest you do the same because it's worth it and it's for you. Number 15, choose success. So choose to be successful. Then stick to your choice and see it through to a conclusion, right? So by creating a mental picture of yourself successfully completing a job, you can increase your chances of success. So most of the time, whenever I start anything in my mind, I already did a fantastic ass job, and you got to be your cheerleader in the corner, just rooting yourself on, because no one's going to do it for you. Okay? No one's going to, maybe you may have a good friend, maybe you may have a good family member, and they may cheer you on and say like, hey, but at the end, you're the one that has to do the work. Like, you're the one that has to do the physical work. So, sometimes people cheering you on is not enough. Sometimes you got to choose success for yourself, and you got to say, is this what I really want? But ultimately, just understand that, don't have the mindset that just by getting the money or getting the success is going to create happiness. Understand that you have to create that happiness within yourself first, and then the success will just naturally flow to you. So, number 16, keep it fun, which is one of my favorites. If you seriously want to stay motivated, find a way to make it fun. Fun is not the enemy, but a great motivator, okay? Now, I am always joking around. I don't like to take life too seriously because, I know you've heard this before. Don't take life too seriously because none of us are getting out alive. It's true. It's not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing to think about. Just enjoy your life. Do anything and everything that you could ever think of. Do it now while you have the time in your hands, okay? Create that time for yourself. And just make it fun so that, you actually enjoy getting to the goal, get in meeting your success head on. You know what I mean? Whew, yeah. Okay. Number 17, harness the power of optimism. So believe that you can accomplish something is essential to your ability to actually do it. Optimism is the foundation of progress. So I always stay very optimistic, even in times, life isn't always perfect. Life just is. Life is, perfection comes from what what you're trying to obtain from life. What do you want from life? Do you want life to be perfect? Life just is, it is. It isn't what you want. It is what you want. But regardless, life will always continue going. So you need to make sure that you continue going for yourself, because with or without you, life will continue always moving. All right. Sorry I had to tell you, but it's the truth. Number 18, reward yourself. So learn that what it takes to get yourself to complete dreaded tasks and set up a system of rewards for completion. So, personally, like whenever I accomplish anything like that I've been trying to accomplish, whether it's like through eating healthier or, whether I'm done filming for the week or whatever it may be, I always like to accomplish myself, reward myself with basically like having some me time. So whether that's me doing like a facial on myself, whether that's me reading a good book and just like sitting down and relaxing like for 30 minutes, but like that's my reward to myself, saying like, hey, you worked your ass off this week, and like it, like this is not just a like, oh, I need to be rewarded. I know personally that I worked to do those things, and I'm just like not expecting, because nobody owes me anything. Nobody owes you anything. Like nobody owes us anything. Like we owe everything to ourselves to succeed, to be who we always wanted to be. Because, what if not, then why are we even here on this earth? What's your why, right? And so just reward yourself. Like when you've worked, you've worked towards your craft of what it is, what your end outcome, what is it that you want your end outcome to be? So just think about it like that. Number 19, visualize yourself succeeding. Visualization is a powerful technique that can help you to focus and stay motivated and achieve your goals. By creating a mental picture of yourself successfully completing a job, even the worst task can feel like part of achieving something big. So remember, motivation starts within. Find it, keep it, and just make it work for you. Okay? So, like I just said in the previous one, imagine yourself already there. Like you're already there. I could see you. There you are. I can see you now. Ah, you look so happy. Look at you. You get what I mean? Like visualize it. There's nothing wrong with that, because you're manifesting the shit out of that vision. And if you're doing all the following steps, and you're working on it, and you're chipping away, and you're little by little, whether it's you doing it in increments, whether, I wouldn't suggest for you to take it all at once unless you can and you have the time and the capability. But yes, don't assume money will motivate you, okay? Because, many people think money alone will be enough to motivate them. And while that may do so initially, like in the, in the beginning stages, it is very hard to sustain financial motivation if the work you're doing actually drags you. If you do that type of work for long enough, you'll find that no amount of money is worth swapping parts of your life and activities that aren't aligned with who you are and what truly is your passion and mission in life. So be true to yourself when it comes to setting goals. Make sure that they're your goals, and, just like I keep repeating over, visualize your results, okay? And break the goals down into smaller little pieces so that you're able to accomplish them. Tap into other people's energy. What do I mean by that? I don't mean that in a bad way. I don't mean, let people drain you of your energy. I mean, like, sometimes you get inspiration from other people, and that's never a bad thing, Sometimes I get motivation from my kids, from family, from friends, from people on social media, and that's okay, but tap into it in a way that it still helps you succeed. Get organized. I know I just said that, but it's important. I'm just kind of reiterating it again. Get organized, because, it is, the more organized you are, the less you will tap into your mental energy, and the more lighter you'll feel and the easier it will feel for you to feel motivated to want to succeed. So, and just keep that big picture in mind, you guys, and seek out those positive affirmations. Look for them online, whether it's in a book, whether it's in a friend, whether you're just looking in the mirror saying, hey, all right, I can do this, because you can, and you will. If you find yourself kind of like in a little drought, remind yourself why you set that goal in the first place. Like, why did I start doing this in the first place? I know why I did. I said it because I want to help people. I love talking to people, and I love just finding out new things and discovering new things. I don't like staying in the same place. I love just trying something new every single day and learning something new every single day, whether it's from life or whether it's from a person that I don't know, whether it's from family or any kind of circumstance. It's just good for us to learn something new. But none of any of that can happen if you don't do this one thing. Are you ready? Be consistent. Be consistent. That's it. Be consistent in what you do every single day. I've been doing this podcast every week for a year. Now we're working towards our second year. And don't think about where you'll be in 5 years. Don't think so far ahead to the point where, like, if you don't get it, you just you crush your whole world. Don't do that to yourself. But just be consistent. Be consistent and love what you do. Okay? I guarantee you everything else will just kind of just happen. Or just happen naturally. So thank you guys so much for listening, for watching. I hope that anything I said here today really helped you and it made you think. And it made you feel more motivated about what you need to do. Because remember, 2020 is not over yet, you guys. So feel free to email me at peopletalknow@hotmail.com and reach out to me. Let me know what you thought. Also, I know, if you guys have been, a lot of you guys have been asking me where these lashes are from. My friend, you can follow her, Insta Marie, did them for me. Super cute. These are actually eyelash extensions. But she did a really good job, and she did them just the way I like, which is amazing. So yeah, go ahead and follow her. Put that right there. And yeah, hit her up if you want an appointment. So yes, you guys, thank you guys so much for listening and watching. And as always, you guys know that I like to leave every show with a joke and a word of the day. To just give you guys a little bit of laughter, a little bit of humor, and to basically just, give you a new word to build up your vocab. So let's go ahead and start with the joke of the day. So this joke is called Sick on Weekdays. So my boss said, I find it highly suspicious that you're only sick on weekdays. I said, it must be my weakened immune system. Get it? Weakened immune system? I don't know. I thought it was, because, people, no, it's not a good time still. Okay, maybe next week I'll come at you with a better joke, but for now, we'll just leave that one at that. Okay, so let's move on to the word of the day. So today's word of the day is
appreciable.
Appreciable. Appreciable is spelled APPRECIABLE. Appreciable means, the definition is capable of being perceived or measured. Did you know appreciable, like the verb appreciate, comes from the late Latin verb appreciatere, to appraise or to put a price on. It is one of several English adjectives that can be applied to something that can be detected, felt, or measured. Specifically, appreciable applies to what is highly noticeable or definitely measurable, whereas perceivable, which is often paired with barely or scarcely, applies to what can be discerned to a minimal extent. Sensible refers to something that is clearly perceived. A sensible difference in someone's expression is easily detected. So yes, there you go. Go out and use appreciable in a sentence and hashtag peopletalknow. And yeah, share it on your story and let me know how you used it in a sentence. And I'll go ahead and share it to my IG stories. So yes, Thank you guys so much for being here today for episode 57. I feel really good and I feel really motivated this morning to continue on my journey, and I hope that you are motivated this morning, that I motivated you enough to say, you know what, let me start doing something about my journey, because you know what, 2020 is not over. Okay, if you have time, you woke up alive today, guess what? You still have time to accomplish your dreams and your goals. So that should be motivation enough, okay? So thank you guys so much for listening and watching this morning. And yes, I will see you guys on the next episode. And as always, have a kick-ass Wednesday, you guys. Bye.